Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Thank you guys all for coming. As you can see, there are some clouds, but they're looking to break up before totality, but they'll be kind of wispy until then, but we're still going to have fun, and it'll just be a very casual evening together. So it sounds like most of the United States is kind of rough right now. Oh, thanks, Todd. Thanks. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Keith. Hey, Chris. How's it going? I'm still kind of figuring out this live streaming tech, so bear with me. Is anybody does anybody have any clear skies right now? Oh, lots of people from Colorado. So, hey Michael. Welcome everyone. Hey Lee. Hey Robert. Colin. Hi Joe. So, we have the Dwarf 3 up right now, and sadly there are clouds, like many of you are experiencing. Oh, Chris. Bummer. Well, hey, you know, you could always just put it on auto and see how it goes. I've done that before. Oh, hold on. My cat needs to come in. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Okay, I'm just configuring some stuff on my end. Bring out. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Oh. Okay, it won't let me do that. Never mind. Just kidding, guys. So, we were just going to try to make the best of it for now. Can you guys see the schedule, or do I need to make it bigger? Yeah, lots of clouds, but it's supposed to clear up a little bit in Colorado towards totality, which, yeah, in 2022, in November, the last total lunar eclipse that we had in the North American parts, it was really cloudy, and I still went out and photographed it, and it turned out decently well. So that's kind of what my idea is here today, is just to, give it a go. You never know. So I'm I'm also just an optimist at heart, probably to a fault. Oh, cool. All right, so some people are getting clear skies. Well, okay. I'm just gonna put this. Hubble says hello. He just had surgery. He had a bump, but thankfully it's not cancer. So if he does make an appearance tonight, you will see a bit of a shaved cat. um, his stitches are looking good though, but we did have to give him the cone of shame, and he did not like it. He was like walking around just so upset. He was in my closet sulking, just like in the dark. It was really dramatic, and was really sad. But he's on the mend now. But yeah, welcome everyone. I'm really glad you guys came. That's really cool. I'll probably live stream some more in the future. Yes, clouds definitely do add drama to a moon image for sure. I agree with you there. Um, I might be using the S30. I might also be using the S50, but right now what you're seeing is the Dwarf 3 right now. I'm trying to take advantage of the wide angle lens until the moon comes into frame, which I should have said earlier because I can't see the moon quite yet, but it will start to come through pretty soon here. Oh, the schedule is fuzzy. Okay. I'm sorry. One moment. I'm going to move it. So has anybody seen a lunar eclipse before? Or is this going to be your first time? The cone of shame. Yes. Hopefully they'll be shipping them out soon. 5 minutes. Oh man. Yeah, somehow he figured out how to take it off too. He would like go under the bed, and we have like a kind of a low bed, so he just went right under the bed and his whole cone of shame came off. Oh, it's hard to hear me? Okay. Is it better now? Oh, hi from Sweden. First total for you, Michael. Very cool. Did anybody see the total solar eclipse last year in the Americas? Or in America? Nice. Very cool. Second total eclipse. First time through a telescope. That's exciting. Yeah. It's always a really cool just being able to use it, like actually look through an eyepiece of a telescope. How did Todd, how was the weather in West Texas after all during the total solar eclipse? Very cool, Joe. Oh, nice. 2017. Oh, very cool, Oliver. Yeah, wow. Okay, we have some eclipse lovers here, which is great. Oh, horrible. Yeah. I drove all over the place just to see the total solar eclipse. Originally, I was going to go to Texas and, yeah, ended up on a farm in Vermont near the Canadian border very last minute. But it ended up beautiful. It was so cool. Okay. Is anybody photographing the eclipse tonight? Or trying? Nice. Cheers from Mexico. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, total solar eclipses, like, it's honestly just surreal. It's just like, if you've never seen one, I highly recommend going to see one because just, it's like almost sci fi. It's unbelievable. And just like what's going on during the entire time is also really cool. We had cows walking across the snow that was nearby, and as it was starting to get dark, they were going to eat plants, or I guess like this bush in an area that they're not supposed to be in, but they go there during the night. And so when it started to get dark, we just saw these cows go across the field, and the farmer was there next to us explaining what was going on. And he's like, the cows know they're not supposed to go over there. And so when the sun came back, you saw the cows like go back the other way, and it was just so funny because they were just like, oh sweet, it's time to, like, go feast on our snacks that we're not supposed to. Which, I'm not hating on anybody. I love snacks. But it was really funny. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, Todd with Nico. But yeah, the clouds are being a little rude for sure, but just we're grooving with it. Welcome everybody. Nice. Nikon mirrorless 650. Yeah, nice. Are you using a star tracker for that, or are you just going fixed tripod? Yeah. If they could make a filter that could just go, just image through clouds, that would be pretty great. But, the alternative also is just moving to the top of a mountain peak, which would be cool. Although if you do like DoorDash, it's kind of a harder situation to go with, but yeah, definitely worth it. Nice. Yeah, I kind of heard that in some parts of Texas that it did clear like a little bit during totality, which is really cool. And then for the 2017 one, I was in Seattle, so it wasn't a total for me there, but that was where I took like my first astrophotography image, I guess. Um, yeah, I forget what percentage of partial it was, but after that, I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Nice, nice, good for you, tripod. Yeah, I saw that the kind of Midwest area, like Oklahoma, Kansas, um, was clear tonight. So I was like, okay, cool, that's awesome. Oh, my audio. Hmm. Let me see. Oh man, cloudy and hazy. Yeah, I heard that it was gonna rain. Maybe. Also, the penumbral part of the lunar eclipse is gonna start in like 10 minutes. So you're probably not gonna be able to notice anything. And also, we're not gonna be able to see the moon yet here because I can't see the eastern skies. Um, but it will eventually come into view. So you can sit tight or, come back whenever you'd like, but it should clear up around totality. And I'll probably switch to the Seestar S50 at that point so that we have a more zoomed in view. But we will be up for as long as we can. I might not be on screen the whole time though. Nice, James. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice having like multiple setups going on. It's like it can be a little stressful, but it works. It's good. Very cool, Craig. Okay. Let me pull these up. All right, I want to ask a question, and it's kind of related. Well, it is related to the moon, which therefore it's related to the eclipse, I suppose. But do you guys think we'll ever live on the moon one day? I'm just curious because we're doing a lot of missions right now. I also am going to be doing a time lapse, 10-second time lapse interval. Oh, no. I think we will. It'll probably just be a very long time from now. I would love for the moon to be made out of cheese because cheese is great. Yeah, definitely not for a long time. I'm also hungry. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think the last Intuitive Machines mission that was through the NASA commercial partnership, yeah, they're mining the moon basically. Okay, I'm gonna move this. Hopefully, it's better. Wallace and Gromit. Yep. I know. Yeah, I was sad that it fell over. I am using the Dwarf 3 right now, but I will be switching to the Seestar S50 in a little bit once the moon does come back in, or does come into view. I know, yeah. I hope that it's I hope the moon is relished for good and not necessarily for bad. But, you know, nobody owns the moon, which makes it a very interesting discussion that we will all have to be having. Just really any outer space policy to be to like in general. Um, oh, good. As the first 7-Eleven. Yes, yeah, yeah, you're right. What's my go-to snack? Oh man, that's a that's always hard. Probably um, lately I've been really into popcorn. I kind of switch around between different snacks that I really like. Yeah. I went through like a big goldfish stage where like you know those like really big gallon or whatever tub of goldfish. Yeah, I would just like save them in my office. I'm not proud of that, but that was a time in my life that I experienced. What are your guys' favorite snacks? That's actually a question I get asked quite a bit, which I guess kind of makes sense. But yeah, what are yours? Do you mean like pruning in terms of like what memories the brain decides to keep versus not? Also, I agree with you, Ian. That'll be really interesting just to see lights where we're not used to seeing lights. I know I'm like kind of going all over the place. This is just kind of how my brain works, so I'm sorry, but toasted Cheez Its for sure, and the Welch's fruit snacks. Yeah, you guys are awesome for sure. Salt and vinegar chips. Yeah. Those two. Like the kettle ones. Oh man. Cashews also. Yeah, in high school, like I would just go to local grocery store as one would do, and I would just get for I don't know why the theme is me getting big tubs of snacks, but apparently this has kind of just been a constant in my life. But I would just get a bunch of cashews as well. Yes, that is really good popcorn. Yep, I do have Boom Chicka Pop. It is really good. Chocolate covered pretzels, dude. Yes. Oh man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish I just like when you go into the grocery store and they have that whole like dried fruit or dried snack section where you can just like take like a little bag of some kind and then like just fill it with all these like different types of I don't know nuts or yeah chocolate covered pretzels like that is what I want in my house. Like it's not good for you, but also yeah I mean yeah why not? Corn nuts also. Beetroot and carrots. All right. I actually really do love carrots. I put them in my smoothies. Broccoli also. Reese's Caramel Big Cup. Yeah. Freeze dried raspberries. Oh, I've never had those. Or strawberries. Popcorners? Hmm. What are my thoughts on time travel? Yeah, I think it's wicked cool. I also think like astrophotography is time travel, and I'm probably gonna work on a video about explaining why astrophotography is time traveling essentially in a lot of ways. Because the photons that we're seeing, basically the signatures that they're making on our sensors, have traveled just so far. I mean, thousands, millions of years, billions of years for some really sensitive telescopes and sensors. But yeah, I think time traveling is really cool. Um, I just think the whole like just space and time and how that all works is just absolutely wild. Yep. Dove dark chocolate promises. Yum. Yeah, Deep Fuel does show all the way back. I like that we're having such a variety of conversations right now. This is great because this is kind of, yeah, I like talking about like the depths of science and like philosophy, but like I can also go hard on like talking about snacks and just, the more human elements or most basic human things about us. Yes, it is time traveling on a budget for sure. Do I watch old episodes of The Big Bang Theory? Who's your favorite character? I actually have never watched The Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory. I've been told that I should, but yeah, I just haven't. Also, if you are new to the stream, we're just waiting for the moon to come into view, and actually, right now, the moon is approaching the penumbral um, shadow. So if you do have a clear shot of the moon, um, you probably won't even be able to notice the penumbral right now, penumbral shadow, but that has begun. So, okay. What is my favorite space movie? Oh man, probably Contact. Actually, yeah, for sure, Contact. Yeah, but I'm sure I'm gonna like think back and be like, gosh, why didn't I say another movie? But definitely Contact at this one moment in time. I think Contact, yeah, just like absolutely. There was a Sarah before Contact, and there was like a Sarah after Contact, and you guys are talking to the Sarah after Contact, and I've just never really been the same. So, do you guys have a favorite space movie? Richard asks about the scope over my shoulder here. This is the ASCAR 71F. So, It's a quadruplet refractor, so there's a built-in corrector at the base here, which makes it really nice because you don't have to buy an external field flattener, which is what you would normally have to do for um, like a doublet or a triplet refractor, because you get something called field curvature otherwise. Sorry if I'm quiet. Oh, I might have to go reconnect the dwarf at some point. Oh yeah, Interstellar for sure. I don't also yeah, I don't know why I didn't say Interstellar. See, case in point, I knew I was gonna say that. I knew I was gonna be like, oh, I'm sure there's another space movie out there that I'm not thinking of. It's definitely Interstellar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go connect the dwarf again. So I will BRB or be right back. Okay, I've returned. Okay, I'm gonna catch up. Lots of interstellars. Very cool. The Martian is also great. The Expanse. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. You rewatch Contact 2 or 3 times a year? Nice. Yeah, that's what I should be doing. No, I'm glad to see that folks are gonna be going out there to capture it. So for whatever reason, the dwarf doesn't like to reach from my office, so I might have to switch to the Seestar S30 for a wider field of view. But thanks for just hanging out, because this is just supposed to be pretty casual. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go switch to the Seestar S30. But here. All right. Before I leave, though, if you guys could name the next full moon, what would you call it? I will be back to read your responses. So, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. Hopefully, you'll start to see the Seestar's view. Yay. Okay, cool. The Sarah Moon. Okay, I'm going to review your answers. I see Kevin, which is great. Kevin would be a great name. Or Keith? Yeah. Bob is cool. I like this. Elgato Moon. Okay, so Worm Moon, Galaxy Quest. Wow. Okay. Hello, if you're new here. Thank you for joining us. We are just waiting for the moon to come into view. So this is the Seestar S30. This is the wide angle view because it has 2 cameras. Okay. Event horizon. Yes, for sure. Buckaroo bonsai across the 8th dimension. That sounds wild. Whatever that is. Crimson, you could try photographing with your phone. Pi Moon for sure. Luna Bellerophon. Okay. Nice. We have an 11-inch Edge HD tonight going. Cheez It Moon. Another Bob. Bob Moon does have a nice ring to it. And honestly, like, I hope somebody does exist named Bob Moon because he or whoever, like, really, like, lucked out in the name department. I mean, I guess if you could, name. Okay. Am I still really quiet? I'm trying not to be quiet. Is it better now? Interesting. Progressive Insurance Moon. Let's sell the naming rights. Well, yeah, that's the thing is that nobody owns the moon. So that's a whole thing that we're going to have to figure out as a species. Wow, there are so many. Walter? Okay. Nice. The black hole. Moons over my hammy. Yeah. Hello. I'm surprised no one has said Wilson yet. From Castaway. That was such a sad scene. Like it's amazing to see like just like how much we could really just bond and empathize with, you know, this volleyball. 1,725 people named Bob Moon. Carl's Jr. Still pan to the left only. Okay. Well, guys, I'm very sorry. I don't usually use this mic, obviously. Yeah, it would be too dramatic to call the moon Wilson, but Juan is good too. River Moon? That's cool. That would be like a really cool name of a like a I don't know, like a play or a theater type show. I know. I don't know why there's only one like left channel audio because like I don't ever really use this mic, which I probably shouldn't have used anyways. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to figure it out. One second. Okay. I don't know why. I know. Has anyone gone outside and been able to see the moon yet? Okay, I have another question. Thank you all for your inspiring answers. Sorry I didn't get to everybody. Um, okay, what myths about the moon do you know from your own culture that you find interesting and want to share with the group? I find like anything cultural to be very interesting when it comes to astronomy. I found a Celestron Next Star 8SE telescope. What should I look out as a major issue not to buy? Um, Definitely don't get a fork mount. Um, is it clear in Georgia? Nice. Well, I'm gonna have to go reconnect to the Seestar, so I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out. Just keeping it casual. Okay, it's back. I had to use a very long HDMI cable. Oh no, it's not working again? Okay. If you're new to the stream, welcome. There is a schedule of the events with a variety of different time zones at the top here. I don't know why I said or I wrote the full eclipse. I don't know why I didn't just write the total, but or maximum eclipse. That makes sense, I guess, for totality. But anyways, I am back. Okay, now let's read some of these comments about different things that different cultures think about the moon. Okay, so in South Africa, we call this full moon the harvest moon, first full moon in March. Very cool. Thanks for being here, Corey. Oh, why are there commercials? I'm sorry. I did not mean for there to be ads in this. That's weird. I'm just like learning live streaming, so just bear with me. I'm not sure why there even are ads, so if you do, yes, if you do a fork mount, then yes, you're gonna need a wedge. Yeah. Oh, you're in Colorado Springs? Yeah, I'm in Denver. So it's looking decent for totality. So that's kind of why I'm like, I'm just going to keep going. I know. Okay. Is the audio still on the left side for everybody? I mean, I guess that would make sense, but is it still to the left? Because I am shooting a time lapse. Very cool that it's clear in Houston. Nice. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, left side. All right. I'm going to try to figure that out, guys. Give me a moment. I'm going to go on mute and hop off the screen, but I will be right back. Okay, is the audio better now? You can be real with me. Okay, so Milwaukee's clear, which is sweet. If you're new to the stream, the moon will come through here pretty soon. We're just kind of hanging out, chatting a little bit. Cool, thank you. Left still? Ay, ay, ay. What the heck? Okay. I'm getting mixed feedback. The S50 equatorial mode, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that beta testers have it. So I would imagine that it's going to be released probably in the next couple weeks, probably next 2 weeks. I bet probably before NEAF, which is the Northeastern Astronomy Forum. But this is like all just like, I'm just pulling this out of thin air. Basically, I'm just, from what I've kind of heard through the ether. Has anybody tried EQ mode with the S50? Like just kind of the non-official way, obviously, because the other way is not out yet. Good. Glad George is good. Oh, it's humid. I do think that I think ZWO is going to sell their own wedge as well. Nice. Yeah, especially the S50, it can definitely be a big stressor doing EQ mode, just hardware wise, yeah. But yeah, others have had good success, which is great. All clear in Los Angeles. Cool. I'm glad that it rained. That's awesome. Oh, that is so weird. Yeah, I'm sorry that it's left ear only on some of this. Yeah, the next live stream I will have it all figured out. For the time lapse, I'm going to be using the built-in Seestar time lapse feature. I did use the time lapse feature for the total solar eclipse, and it did really well. I also used the Dwarf 2 for the total solar eclipse as well, and I did a time lapse with that, and it turned out nice. That's a good question. What does it look like from the moon? How big is the sun relative to the Earth? I don't have those numbers offhand. That is a really good question. I would imagine, yeah, it could take a picture if it was facing Earth, which, yeah, it is. And maybe it will. And so, yeah, I guess from what I understand, the Earth would have kind of like this reddish hue around it, which would be the light that you're basically seeing be put onto the moon for a total lunar eclipse. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's only a problem with headphones. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody. And if you're new here, welcome. We are streaming the clouds for the lunar eclipse with the Seestar S30. Am I going to Neef? I'm not sure yet. Are you going? Nice. Hello from Cloudy Wales. Yeah, photographing a total solar eclipse is wild. It is a tricky beast. It's fun, but it's tricky. I would not recommend doing what I did, which was set up like 5 different setups, and just in the midst of just trying to set up one setup at night is a lot, right? But the fact that yeah, with 5 or 6 different setups, it was kind of stressful, but I was definitely in my zone, and it was really cool. Oh, cool, Michael. Yeah, if I yeah, I would love to see you, meet you in person. Oh, cool. Is that Jace that's gonna try to shoot it on film, James? My friend is gonna also shoot it on film, or try to at least. Nice. I will, if I do go, I will definitely say hello, Eric. Hello from Australia. Nice. I'm a big fan of Australia. I am in Colorado, USA. 2 mounts with 3 scopes and a crowd. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, you wrote your own software to photograph the solar eclipse. Good on you. That is impressive. Yeah, I used Capture Eclipse. Well, sorry that there are clouds. I mean, I wish that I could move them, but I'm really stoked that you guys are here just hanging out. But yeah, no, I'd love to go back on the show. I hope your new house is treating you well, Eric. Oh, okay. Gotcha, James. Cool. Hello, hello. Hello from Kansas. Do you have clear skies out in Kansas right now? I know, it's weird. I can't control it, but we humans are trying to. Let's see. I'm going to check out the schedule cuz I can't see that well on my screen anyways. Okay. So I think the partial is going to begin Mountain Time 11:09. So we have some time. Hopefully this goes away. Netherlands, hello. Good morning. I love when there's haze around the moon. Yeah, it definitely makes it really look really cool. Cool. No, I'm glad that it's still visible. Yep. Interstellar, definitely easily like one of the best movies of all time. Hello from Tennessee. Oh, it's windy in Oklahoma. That's cool that you're writing your own uh, software to run your own streams. Crystal clear in Georgia. Man, I'm happy for you guys. Snowing in Alberta, Canada. Yeah, it looks like it should clear up soon, so or somewhat clear. I'm not too worried if it's like just a little bit more of the wispy clouds like we had earlier on astrospheric, but yeah, it's definitely not gonna get more visible until around totality. So thanks for hanging out. Good, yeah. Bortle 4 or 5, yeah, those are pretty great. Or 4.5. Hey Brian, have I ever bought from Mile High Astro? Yes, I have actually. I bought a T ring last year before the total solar eclipse that I needed last minute. I'm pretty sure I think I purchased a William Optics, the high, I think I got, yeah, the wedge, the William Optics wedge as well from Mile High Astro. Good morning. I'm assuming that's what GM means, unless you're a general manager or you are a big fan of General Motors. Um, or maybe it means Great Moon or Good Moose. Yes, for sure. The subplot about Interstellar being kind of this love versus gravity um, aspect to it was just, yeah, very deeply human and scientific, which I guess is kind of one and the same. But yeah, very cool. Yeah, so the reason why you're not really seeing a shadow quite yet is because it's the penumbral shadow is very, very faint. It's the lightest part of Earth's shadow. So in about 30 minutes or so, you're gonna start to see the shadow become a lot more intense because the moon or the Earth or the moon is going to be entering into the umbra shadow of Earth. So you have about 30 more minutes until then, and that's when it's gonna get really really intense and cool. Hello from the moon. Wow. See, I was asking earlier if do you ever think we're gonna live on the moon, and we already have people living on the moon, apparently, which is pretty sweet. Hello from Brazil. Oh, you're red blind. Another another plus one for Interstellar. Oh, videoing the moon. Very cool. Hello from London. Thanks for being here. We are waiting for the clouds to pass and we're just hanging out. Good moose. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks. We changed the logo to be more monochrome as well. So I've been updating my website. So kind of a little bit different version of my logo is up there. Yes, my husband is my graphic designer, actually. He's very talented. He does everything. Like, he's like an engineer, musician, graphic designer. He does it all. But yeah, this stream I'll post it on YouTube later. I might cut it down to just where we can actually see the moon, but we'll see. I was actually going to include mining the moon in my last space guide video, so I'm glad to see that other people are interested in these space missions, which is awesome. Because I did work in the space industry before, and I still love all things space missions. Basically, that was a weird way of saying that. Yeah, so the first part, like the penumbral phase, is not going to be very easy to see. It's you're like it's very very faint, but in about 30 minutes you'll start to see the shadow, the umbra shadow of Earth on the moon, and it's going to be a lot more distinct. And that's kind of the nice part about like lunar eclipses, is that they're not so intense. Like if you've ever tried to image a total solar eclipse, it's just very very intense, but you can kind of relax a little bit with a total lunar eclipse. Nice, moon is still cutting through the clouds. That's a win. I am in I'm in mountain time. I have been watching Firefly stuff. I will have to ask him if he knows specifically. Yeah, that's something that here in Colorado we don't have to worry about, is dew, because it's just so dry and arid here. So anytime I talk to friends that are in more humid areas, I'm always reminded of, I'm like, oh yeah, you do have to use like dew heaters and warmers and such. Yeah, whenever we see Earth from space, I'm always just like, wow, like we're all in that photo. It's basically like a selfie, which I think is so cool. It's like such a cool concept. Yes, yeah, good point. It is very important to focus ahead of time. Gotcha. Good old humidity. Yeah, that's something that I don't really experience here in Colorado. Did you guys hear about all the moons that were discovered with Saturn recently? Saturn definitely is number one for hoarding all the moons of the solar system. Not all of them, obviously, but they have the most. It has the most moons for now, apparently. Yeah, apparently they found 128 new moons orbiting Saturn. Can you just like that's so crazy. I mean, they're probably very small, but that's still really cool. In fact, actually last or this month on the 23rd, I want to say, Saturn's rings are going to appear to disappear because Saturn's tilt and our position to Saturn will make it look like just like edge on like the rings basically, which happens twice every 30 years, so every 15 years. But we can't see it from Earth right now because Saturn is behind the sun basically. Well, it's not behind the sun, but it's very close to the sun, so it's probably not recommended to try to look at it. But yes, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense about the moons. I know who is going to name all those moons. Imagine if that was your job. Like someone's job was to name all of like the Baskin Robbins flavors and someone else's like job is to name all of those moons. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll demote them. Ooh, someone, yeah, William's saying that Pluto is a planet. Bob is a good start. Bob is a good start. It's a great start. Can you imagine if Bob Ross, like, we could name it like Bob Ross or something? I don't know. I felt inspired there. That's why I got my voice went up. But um, yes, you could name them all your name. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Saturn's on the other side, but I have not read The Last Stargazers. I will have to, though. I'm going to write that down. Happy little moons. Oh, cool. Ronald's saying that the penumbral shadow is visible at the 8 o'clock position in his first photo. That's awesome. What's up, Deep Sky Dude? No, not really. They're not, it's not super clear. I'll try to move some stuff out of the way. Here, give me a second. Yeah, the moon is here. I'm gonna go try to move the Seestar up a little bit. I will be right back. All right, I switched to the dwarf. So it is clearing up, and the moon is kind of right behind my house. It's just peeking through. So hopefully, yeah, but before the partial begins, we'll be able to see it, and the clouds will stay at bay. So that's really cool. So it is about to be in view. Thanks for holding tight. For anybody who has just like a completely open sky, I'm really happy for you in terms of where you live and image. I'm very happy to hear though that it rained in LA and that it is now clear. And clear in Quebec. Clear in Minneapolis? Okay. Like literally all this week, I was just reading that it was just basically gonna be cloudy everywhere. So I'm pretty stoked to hear that things are clearing up. Yes, it will not turn, it will not, the red will not show up until it is totality. Oh, cloudy and snowing, but clear in Wisconsin. Nice. I think everyone at some point in their life should have a Dobsonian or look through a Dobsonian. Is there a place to share our work? You could email them to me and I could try to figure out a way to share them. I'm going to set up a Discord at some point. But you could share them on Facebook on my live streaming post. Totality is going to begin at 12:26 Mountain Time. What's the smallest image circle? Or what's the biggest image circle that a smaller telescope can project? I think that, yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, that's cool that, yeah, the penumbral shadows becoming more visible. The moon is almost here and the clouds have stayed at bay, so you can see the glow of the moon right here, kind of to the left of my house. So it'll be showing up any moment. Clear in eastern upstate New York. Nice. I love upstate New York. It's so beautiful. Oh, but overcast in North Fork, Long Island. Yep, thanks, Jason. Yeah, balloons would be cool. I'm just really happy that the clouds cleared up this soon because it was, it was looking pretty dicey or sketchy as Chris, who was on here earlier, mentioned to me earlier this week. No, it's good to hear about Discord. Okay, would you guys rather visit the moon or Mars, and why? I want to know. Hi, welcome. The moon is about to appear behind my house or from behind my house. So the current question is, would you rather visit the moon or visit Mars? Why? Oh, hi Chris. I'm glad you're still here. I'd love to visit Mars so I could see both the moon and Earth at the same time. Yeah, wouldn't that be so cool? But also, yeah, the moon is closer. So if something happens, yeah, communications in space is really interesting because of how long just being able to send signal takes. There's something called the Deep Space Network, and it's really fascinating. Like you actually have to reserve time on the Deep Space Network for you to be able to communicate, but then also like downlink data as well. So that's the whole infrastructure of communications in space is really fascinating, and just also just time as well because things take time to travel such vast distances. Yes, it is like 20 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna try to read some more. Moon sounds more fun. Did you guys ever use those moon shoes? I think they were like from like, I don't know. They were really dangerous, but they were really cool. I don't know if they were dangerous, but they were really fun. Mars. I'm kind of seeing a split here. Yeah, Mars would be really cool to yeah, to look for fossils. Yeah, just imagining like walking on Martian soil and just looking around. Yeah, it would be so crazy. But yes, the moon would be a good trial run. Moon, Mars ain't the kind of place to raise a kid. The moon, so I could see the Earth from that view, plus Mars is far from the sun. David would want to be invited by the aliens first. We are the aliens. Yeah, we might really actually be aliens. Like, we might have just arrived here from an asteroid or from multiple asteroids during the Great Bombardment period, in terms of like just the beginning parts of DNA. But, anyways, there is a very good article in Aviation Week in Space Technology about the problem of moon dust. They are experimenting with electrically charged surfaces that would repel moon dust from ingestion. Yes, yeah, that is true. Like, yeah, the regolith. I think when we first landed, we didn't realize just how sharp the regolith was as well. So that was also a big issue. So it's something we're still learning about. Thank you for the recommendation. Um, Apparently there is no sound for some. Is that true for everyone? Hello from Amarillo, Texas. Very cool. It's starting in California. It would also be cool, or also take a picture from moon of Earth and post it in the Flat Earth group. Yeah, actually, Neil deGrasse Tyson posted this really cool photo of the moon with a I guess like a flat object as a shadow over the moon, and he's like, yeah, if we see this, then we know it's, you know, we have a flat Earth, basically saying that, you know, share this with your flat Earth friends. It was funny. I don't know if that made sense what I just said, but you should look it up. I'm assuming there are no flat earthers here, but, you know, I'm always open to talking. Let's see. I'm a big fan of Utah's Canyon Country, Four Corners area, so I'd like to visit Mars to see. Yes, yeah, for sure. I would love to see, yeah, just like how similar it really is to some of the locations here on Earth. Mars seems dangerous based on that John Carter documentary film. Dangerous usually meant more fun. Yes, to some of us. Mars to see if there's other life form. The moon because they'll probably have KFC. That's actually really something that's funny. As an adult and just, you know, traveling to more places internationally beyond the United States, I've been very surprised to see how many different countries love KFC, like Japan, Iceland, Australia. I didn't know that KFC was like such an impactful international corporation. So Mars would be cool to go to for a visit, but I'd rather be on the moon. No problem, there's a code, but it's on the CVS site. Agreed, yeah. One of my favorite questions to ask folks is if you had a one-way ticket to basically go and colonize a new planet, but you know that you would never come back to Earth, would you do it still? But you'd be like the pioneer, basically. It would be cool to do that. I'm gonna go check on the moon really quick. I will be right back. Okay. I saw it, and it's back there. Landing at the moon's south pole is a big challenge for communications due to the low angle to Earth, often blocked by deep craters. True. Mars, I'd like to see Olympus Mons and feel so tiny. Yeah. Bob does not like KFC. Let the record show. Jason says one-way ticket for sure. Cool. Got a pioneer out here. Yeah, the Artemis mission, yeah, lots of challenges. Yeah, I mean, the Earth is incredibly amazing. I'm a big fan of it. Oh, cool. The shot I used to test my camera at home showed just a hint of shadow on the lower left corner. Very cool. Well, pretty soon here, yeah, partial is about to begin. Let's look at our handy dandy schedule. Move this over here. Yeah, so the partial solar eclipse is going to start in 3 minutes. So 3 minutes until partial begins, and that's when the shadow's going to look really cool. And I promise the moon is like just about to show up. I know I keep saying that, but apparently it's taking longer than I thought. But thanks for bearing with me. Okay, back to the chats. That is true. Many of those who left Europe for North America knew it was a one-way ticket. Well, a good question is, if the Earth is always spinning, why do we not always feel the wind? That's a pretty good question. What, if anyone wants to answer that. What's your opinion on that square they photographed on Mars? I don't think it's anything crazy. Personally. Have I seen the movie Gattaca? I have not. Yeah, born too late to explore the Earth and born too soon to explore space. Yeah. But, you know, we definitely reap a lot of the benefits from just everyone from before us, which is cool. Like, just even being able to be on YouTube together, you know, despite the distance that we have between us, is pretty amazing if you think about it, because us humans have always just tried to figure out, like, how do we send information more quickly? How do we, like, yeah, how do we communicate across these vast distances? And we're closing that gap, which is cool. So I'll take that. We can explore cyberspace at least, and all the information that's on there, which is really, really just incredible. One way for you also, salted tortilla. Nice. I'm with you. If I could bring my cat. Yes, oxygen rich planets do tend to be a good thing. And I am biased here because I use oxygen. Am I using the time-lapse feature on my Seestar? Yes, I am. I am going to. I'm going to be using 10-second intervals. I've got a rough manual setup ready to go thanks to your video, but test shot I did was on full auto settings with a 200mm lens, and it turned out beautiful. Excellent. That's great. It is lit. I know I checked to see if the moon was frozen, like if it was just like a frozen feed, but it is showing up. It is like on its way, but I'm probably going to go check again just to make sure, because my iPad that we're streaming from is like outside of my door, so it's closer to the dwarf smart telescope, that is. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go check just in case it is frozen. We have reports that the moon is going dark on the bottom left, so I'm gonna be right back. A cat is also a must. Okay, I'm gonna get closer to the dwarf so that I have a better connection. So I'm not gonna be on screen, but the moon will be.